Welcome back to my Transformers animated episode reviews. Today we're taking a look at the episode Sari, No One's Home. In this episode, Sari Sumdak pulls a Kevin McAllister and is left home alone. But when Marv and Mix and Scrap pay her a visit, she must defend her home using the tools at her disposal. This episode begins with Prowl doing some training using the factory equipment. Kind of like back in the episode Home is Where the Spark Is. Funny how both of those episodes have the word home in them. I wonder if there's a connection. So Sari wants to try, and she looks oh so adorable in her little roller skates, pads, and helmet. Aww, she's so small and cute. Meanwhile, there's a dripping sound that is driving Bulkhead nuts, which turns out to be Bumblebee.
Stop leaking! You're frying my circuits!
Huh? What?
How can Bumblebee not realize that he has a hole in his arm, and he's essentially bleeding oil? Ratchet recaps who the Constructicons are, just in case you missed that episode.
After those two malfunctions lost their memories, they forgot everything. Except how to guzzle oil and be obnoxious.
And I like that Sari does a callback to Nature Calls. A lot of self-references in this episode so far, huh? So the Autobots roll out to find the Constructicons.
I'm stuck here all alone. I made my family disappear.
And much like Kevin in Home Alone, Sari then proceeds to do all the things that would normally get her in trouble if the Autobots were around. Meanwhile, Bumblebee is still leaking oil. How much of that stuff does he have in him? And how does he not care? Mixmaster and Scrapper discover Bumblebee's oil trail.
Ain't the sweetest grade I've had, but it's good enough.
No! That's Bumblebee's oil! Don't taste it! That's like tasting somebody's blood or something. Gross. So the Decepticons also see the news report, and Megatron sends Blitzwing to go and get the Constructicons. Back at the Autobots base, Sari is hanging from Prowl's tree, listening to music and humming the G1 theme song. Even though that's not the music that she's actually listening to. What, could they not get someone to do an instrumental version of the theme song for this show? They could have even just used this show's own intro song. Mix and Scrap arrive at the Autobots base and break in by using Mixmaster's chemical mixing ability, just like in G1. Meanwhile, Bumblebee spots who he thinks is Mixmaster, but it just turns out to be a normal truck, owned by Sparkplug. And he even gets a line this time.
Dude, why are you wailing on my truck?
Funny how the last time we saw Sparkplug was in Nature Calls, the same episode that Sari referenced earlier.
I'm 100% in tip-top running condition.
Okay, how does Bumblebee not feel that? If he lost that much oil, he should be looking like Ganondorf from Breath of the Wild 2 right now. So, Sari runs into the Constructicons and pulls another Macaulay Culkin.
It's trying to blow our audio circuits!
What?
Sari retreats to her room, where she seems to homage Home Alone yet again.
This is ridiculous. Only a wimp would be hiding under a bed. And I can't be a wimp. I'm the man of the house.
No, this is my house, and I'm going to defend it.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
Sari gears up in her hockey equipment. And again, she looks so adorable. I love that there's a Transformers cartoon where the characters play hockey. But evidently, hockey sticks are not very effective on Constructicons.
What the front end loader was that?
Language.
You don't get away that easy, you gremlin.
No, you've got the wrong movie, Mix. This episode is an homage to Home Alone, not Gremlins. Sari calls Bumblebee and informs him of what's going on, as he and the other Autobots deal with Blitzwing. So Sari uses the equipment around the base to lay some traps, much like Kevin in the film that this episode is inspired by.
Wow, you guys look beat.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
No! No, leave us alone!
Yeah, we don't want no trouble.
That's what I thought.
The Autobots return to base, and we complete this Home Alone homage with...
Sorry!
Kevin! What did you do to my room?
And we finish this episode with Blitzwing recruiting the Constructicons. Well, this was a pretty decent episode of Transformers Animated. Not the best. And I'm sure if you've never seen the movie Home Alone, all these references would probably go over your head. But this was a nice little spotlight episode for Sari, showing that she is clever enough to hold her own against a couple of Transformers, even without her upgrade. But we'll get to that soon. What about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Animated? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you next week for the Season 2 finale of Transformers Animated, A Bridge Too Close. So, see you next week for that.